Hey, who's this? So as I told you guys in my previous video, I just saw the Black Phone 1, so now I finally saw the Black Phone 2. And where it was going, I was actually surprised and kind of liked it. So of course I picked up that call again, so let's talk about it. So the Black Phone 2, it's not just a typical horror movie. It's more of a movie about family, about growth, about what breaks you and how you can come back together with family. Not talking about Fast and Furious though. Vin Diesel was not in this. This one picks up a few years after the first movie. This one actually dives deeper into the supernatural stuff that you're questioning in the previous film. Finally get more information about how the kids have the shine. Talk about that later. We'll get more information about how the kids have these abilities that you saw in the first film. The things I liked about this is seeing how the growth with the family dynamic. It wasn't just with Finn and it wasn't just with Gwen. It was actually with their father as well. Like you see what happens like a few years after the first one about how they came together more as a family. It doesn't show how the growth happened, but you see that. You see that they're both older, they're both different. Finn is actually doing what he was afraid to do in the first movie. The dad's doing what he was afraid to do in the first movie. Just a lot of things, and you see that they've grown from all the lessons they learned in the previous film. And since they're finally together in this film, you get to see how like their emotions and their love and their family connection actually grows more in this current film. Because as you know, in the first movie, Finn was by himself and Gwen was with her dad. So they were fully separated throughout a majority of the film. But in this film, you see them more together. It's more prominent and it shows their growth. And it's honestly, I enjoyed it. It was beautiful. And I honestly have to say that the cinematography is very good, but you can't expect less from the director of Doctor Strange 1 and Sinister. It's the same airy vibes, but this time it actually goes more forward with the visual I was talking about in my first video. If you guys haven't checked that out, go back on my page and you'll see the review for the Black Phone 1, which is my first time watching, so I dived deep into that. But in this one, you see that the dream sequence does seem like it's a handheld recorder. It takes the aspect of the dream world and makes it its own little movie, its own little side quest of a film. And it's beautiful seeing that, especially when they go in and out of it. And another big win for me was they gave me something I complained about from part 1. I was questioning that why they didn't give us anything about the grabber's background. Like, we don't know much about the grabber. We just knew what they showed us for a little bit and we had to just, you know, insinuate what it was showing us. But in this movie, we actually do get some backstory for him. And I fully did like that. And I like how this film does expand on the kids' abilities and it does tie it all together. Like I said, it is a family story, so you find out so much more about these kids and their whole family dynamic. And as you guys know, that the Black Phone, the short story, was created by Stephen King's son. And I know that this director, well, I think this director got a lot of traits from Stephen King's stories, because how these kids display their abilities, it does come off like, this is a fan theory here, but a few people did talk about how the Losers Club, how they were able to defeat Pennywise in the book mainly. It didn't really touch upon it in the movie much, but how to defeat Pennywise is because they do have a bit of the shining in them. And in this film, you see that they do have certain elements of the shine, even though this isn't a Stephen King type movie. The vibes of that is really well written in this film, so it does feel like it's a Stephen King story. And when there's good, there's bad, so let's talk about that. The pacing in this film, I complained about the pacing in the first film, and the pacing in this film is subjectively worse, because I know it does have to build up and have us catch up for everything that we missed since it's the time jump, but it's predominantly slow. Like, the grabber is not in here much. I think we probably see him for like 4 to 5 minutes in this movie. So his presence is there for a big majority of it, but him as a whole isn't in this movie much. So I don't know, it feels like I had to win something to lose something. Like, I got his background, but we don't see much of him. but when he is shown in this movie, it's a good payoff. So I'm just saying that for like everybody that's watching this movie and expecting it to be more like grabber focused, it's really not. But overall, The Black Phone 2 expands on everything that you wanted more of in the first film. And it does it in the right way. And it's not really about what fear brings, it's kind of just like the trauma that fear leaves behind. It's about growing, healing, and just confronting the person that you used to be. And honestly, I don't really see them making a third film after this, but I honestly didn't see this even becoming a sequel. So like, you guys could comment below and tell me what you guys think, because with the paranormal aspect of this, it can go either way, because how the first one ended, I really did not think we'd see it again. So my rating for The Black Phone 2 is a solid with snacks. Once again, it is still a legendary movie and a good sequel. And if you saw it, comment below and let me know what you thought about this. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out and come back here and tell me what you guys thought about it. And after this, I'm actually going to start jumping into the It universe, because Welcome to Derry comes out the end of this month. So comment below, like and subscribe so you can see when that comes out. And I'm James Hancock, signing off.